Hello friends, welcome to my new video. In this video we will see what is sand casting process and what are the steps involved to cast a product using this method. In this method the molds are prepared with the sand and some binding material mixed with it. These molds can be used for only one time to cast a product because for removing the product from this mold after the solidification of the molten metal, we need to break the mold. For making this mold we need to produce a pattern. This pattern is a replica or the exact copy of the final product which is to be made. Then this pattern is kept in the flask and the sand is poured in the flask and it is hammered so the sand gets tightly fit and gets the shape of the pattern. So here the pattern is placed and after removing the pattern we get the mold cavity inside this. Then now we will see what are the different terms involved in this sand casting. First is the pouring basin. In this the molten metal is poured and it is supplied to the runner. Then through the runner it goes in the mold cavity. This runner is a hollow tube made up of the sand and the molten metal flows through it. Then the molten metal enters the mold cavity. Mold cavity is the hollow structure of the final object which is to be created. Then a vent is given here to pass the hot gases from the mold cavity to the atmosphere, because if the gas is trapped inside this then the casting may suffer through some defects. Then it is provided with a core sand. It is optional because this core sand is used to produce the hollow castings. If required we can use it or not. Then this is a parting line which separates the upper side of the mold which is known as the cope and the lower side of the mold which is known as the drag. They are separated by this parting line. Flask is a wooden metal frame used to support the sand in which the mold is created. Now we will see the steps involved in sand casting. First, a pattern is made. Pattern is a replica of the final object which is to be made and it is kept in the flask and the mold is prepared. If our final product is shaped like this, then the pattern is also same dimensional shapes. Then the cope and drag are clamped to form the mold cavity. Then we should melt the metal in the furnace and after that metal is melted we should pour it in the basin, pouring basin. Then it will pass through this pouring basin and it will go to the runner. Through this it is supplied to the mold cavity. Then it after that it is filled in the mold cavity and then we rest it to solidify. After the solidification of the molten metal we should take the object out of this. Then we should inspect the object and if necessary we should perform some machining operations on it, because the surface finish in the casting process is very poor due to the sand crystals around it. Now we will see the advantages of this sand casting process. The advantages are as follows. It is a simple production process. Then second is the production cost is very low. Then third is complex shapes can be made easily. Now we will see its disadvantages. First disadvantage is it has very rough surface finish. Then second is bad dimensional accuracy. And the third is the speed of the production is very less or very low. Now we will see the applications of the sand casting process. It is used in engine crankcase. Then second is pistons of air compressor. Then third is gears. Fourth is nuts and etc. It is used in wide range of applications because it is very economical and very profitable process. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video then like my video and subscribe my channel.